Stuart, end of the mid-Six Nations training week here. So you're reffing some opposition. What was that like for the players out there?
No, it was good. I mean, we needed a good hit out today. We released obviously a lot of boys back to the clubs to play, so we only had 16, 17 players in camp. So bring Oxford University in as opposition gives us a good chance to work on some of the game plan that we're looking for implementing against Ireland.
Obviously, it's a practical element to it. What does it mean, do you think, to have these Oxford lads in? What did it mean to them?
It means a huge amount. I mean, they had a great varsity match, didn't they? A great win, and I know James Wade well from my academy days, so I gave him a ring last week. I said, listen, any chance? And he said, I think we'll jump at it. So, they're actually, a lot of them are very similar age to our lads. So they're at university, 22, 23 years old, same as our lads in a lot of cases. But obviously our lads have played on a bit of a bigger stage, but, they're a good side.
After watching you around the camp, you're observing the other coaches coaching. What sort of things are you looking for when you're watching Graham and Andy and Mike coaching?
I'm more looking at the players, really. More looking at obviously decisions made to do the selection. It's looking to see if the players are improving in the areas that the coaches are passing on to them. And obviously, in my own mind, saying, yeah, he looks like he's ready to play, or he's maybe a bit tight, or he's not quite doing this or whatever. So it's a whole variety of things, really. A lot of things going through my mind at one time.
Do you watch the players from a cultural point of view as well to see who's interacting with who and what sort of things are going on?
Yeah. I mean, you're always looking for that, and but fortunately, there's very few times now, if any, where I'm thinking, we're not quite on it, and we're not quite in the right mindset, or our work rate isn't quite high enough. The boys are very good at self-policing now, and very good at driving their own standards.
How do the coaches differ in their approaches?
There's personality differences, which I think is a strength. We're all quite different. Obviously, Andy, tends to lead on defence, but obviously he and Mike have got a big play in the backs attack. Mike covers obviously the skills for the whole team, and Graham obviously predominantly the forward. So they are all strong personalities in their own way. Obviously, all three of them are very, very experienced as ex-players, play at the highest level, but also as coaches now as well. Graham and Andy have both been British Lions coaches. So I think it's a good blend. I think there's a good chemistry between us all.
It's a training week, obviously, in the middle of an intense 7-week period. Is it a time for a bit of mental relaxation for the players and the coaches as well?
I think it is now we've finished. I don't think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we could afford that. We had to take a lot of lessons, take the learning from the Italy game, but also going into the Ireland week, prepare properly. So we've got it in the bank. So when we come into the full week for Ireland, we can go back to the work we've done this week and build on it. So the boys can quite rightly afford to have 2 or 3 days mental relaxation, rest, and then build up for a big week next week.
How do you switch off if you can at all in this period of time?
I'll probably switch off in the next half a day, but then it'll be Friday, and we've got some Premiership games Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and obviously there's 17, 18, 19 players gone back to play, and obviously selection decisions and ultimately decisions to be made for next week that are going to have impact on not only our selection for the Ireland game, but also clubs as well. And I need to be fair and right by them and give them as much notice as possible as to what side we're likely to go with to allow them to prepare for their games. But that doesn't come round till Friday, so I'll probably give myself, let's say, half a day today and maybe a little bit tomorrow, and then I'll probably be back on it.
You touched on it there, the number of decisions you have to make, but what's the toughest part of your week, do you find, as England head coach?
The busiest time, really, is certainly the start of the week. So the game finishes, and you've got a huge amount of media to do, and then that finishes, and then you go into the post-match dinner, and then very much on the Sunday morning, if it's a Saturday game, you're into reviewing the game, thinking about how you're going to present it back to the players to take the learning from it, about previewing the opposition. You've got your injury assessments to do, you've got another media session to do, you've got your club-country relationships to manage, the decisions over who's staying and who's going, who's coming to camp and who's not. And so that really is a very busy time, and probably the most difficult time is obviously communicating those selection decisions to the players. They're all difficult decisions, and everyone wants to play, and you've got to make sure you do it properly at the right time, and give them an area to work on that they can then get back in the team with. So that's the real busy time.
Put a lot of value in those conversations, don't you, though, especially the non-23, to ensure that the team first attitude remains? Yeah,
I mean, it's relationships are the glue of the team, and you've got to make sure you work hard with all the players. The team changes on a consistent basis, and you've got to make sure everyone stays connected to the team.
Weekend coming up, what will you do with it? Do you think any time off?
My son's got a game on Sunday, so I think we've got Ilkley at home.
So you're coaching West Park Leeds?
That'll be my Sunday morning, Ilkley at home.
Still those times still special, do you think, to get down the grassroots level?
I mean, I've not been back for 3 or 4 weeks now. I missed the plate semi-final win, so we're in the final now. So I missed that. So it'd be nice to go back and see everyone at the club on Sunday, and then I'll head back down Sunday evening, Monday.
Stuart, thanks a lot for your time. Enjoy your weekend.